Hey guys, thanks so much for taking this course. I hope you're finding it valuable. This is a really tricky one on how much you should charge, especially when you're just getting started. I know that you just want to get out there and play, you just want to get out in front of people, and sometimes it can be confusing on how much do you charge, because I know when all of a sudden it's like, okay, they want to bring me in, they said yes, and now they're asking how much. It's like, oh, okay, what number do I quote? Because I don't want to scare them away, but at the same time, I want to get paid. And so I would struggle with this when I would be, especially sending out cold emails and saying to people, hey, we're going to be in your area and we want to play a show. And they're like, yeah, we want to bring you in. How much do you cost? Or how much do you cost? And so you just want to know your figure and know your worth, okay? And that could range anywhere from, if you're just getting started, you don't have much of a fan base, from like $250 for like a club pub thing to like, $2,000, $5,000 if you've got like a real pull. And a lot of it, especially in the mainstream arena, it's based on your ticket sales, okay? Especially for clubs and bars, it's based on how many people you can draw into the club, where built-in events like colleges or festivals, they have a budget, right? It's still a lot of the time based on your influence and how big your platform is. Sometimes with churches, they have built-in budgets, and so it's not so much about ticket sales as much as, look, I just have this money, I want to spend it, and I want to spend it on you. How much do you cost? I want to bring you in. And so they're not as afraid of paying the bigger dollar. So I always just say, look at the circumstances, look at the opportunity, how much merch you can sell, where you are honestly in your career, what the gig is, how much it's going to cost to get there, obviously, okay, and whether you need to include flights or travel, or if you've already got an anchored date and you're already going to be in the area and you just need an add-on date, then you can be a little bit more flexible. But I say, hey, look, this is our budget, this is how much you charge to get us in, but we can be flexible with your budget. Let me know. Okay, now you need to understand, when you put that wording in there, we normally charge this amount, but we're willing to work within your budget. When you say, but we're willing to work within your budget, that's like a double-edged sword, because people could technically take advantage of that and be like, oh, $2,000, let me see if I can get them down to $1,500. As opposed to you just saying, we normally charge $2,000. Let me know if that works within your budget. That is even better wording, okay? As opposed to saying, but we're willing to work. You can say, we normally charge this. Let me know if that works within your budget to bring bands in. And then it leaves it open-ended and let them get back to you. Because I've hit people, cracked them over the head with a high price, and then they didn't come back to me, and then they didn't book a show. And actually, it was weird. It's like they got offended or something like that. So that was weird. But then there's been other times where there's a corporate gig one time, and I quoted them a number, and they responded so quickly, like, yep. And I was like, oh, shoot, I should have asked for more money. And that was for this pharmaceutical company wanted to bring us in. It was so weird. If I only knew. I was really young back then, and I thought like $2,000, $2,500 was a lot of money, man. I could have cracked them over the head easily with 5, 6, maybe even $7,000. Pharmaceutical companies, come on, man. Corporate companies, they got money coming out of their wazoo, man. So you want to make sure you understand what the budget is. And if you really want to get tricky, you can be like, hey, what kind of budget are you working with? And then they quote you the number, and then you're like, okay, I can work with that. That's what we charge. And then boom, and then it's kind of like he who throws the first number out first loses, right? In negotiating. And I know we don't want to think that cold, but it's true, So maybe, but if it's like you hitting them up, especially when it came for me for booking shows in churches and stuff like that. Normally it was like we were asking them to hold an event, as opposed to these other places that are used to having events constantly come in. So it really depends on where you're booking the show and where you're playing. Same thing with the college or university. Normally they already have a budget all ready to go and ready to spend as well. So again, you just got to throw numbers out there and you'll get the feel for your market and what you're doing. Don't be afraid to try stuff, and don't be afraid to put a worth on yourself. But at the same time, you do need to play. And so the best way to get your amount up is to get your demand up and have people calling you. That's how you raise your prices, is you get yourself in so much demand. It's like, hey, like, look, we're booked out from here, man, and this is what we charge. This is how many tickets we can move. And when you get into the part of you selling tickets and you controlling the market, that's the best position you can be in, because then you're in control. If you can sell this many tickets and you can promote the show and you know what to do and how to move tickets, then you're in control of your own destiny, man. You can sell at a 500 capacity event. You can do VIP tickets, which I'm going to talk in a different lecture. I'll do that one next, so you can watch that and find that really helpful. But that's another great way to boost your income. All right, guys, I hope this has been super valuable. I love teaching this stuff, and I look forward to hearing from you guys.